North Carolina Music Hall of Fame induction ceremony is quickly approaching. So to get us induction ready, Veronica Cordell, from your executive director from the NC Music Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what does it take for an artist to be inducted into the North Carolina Hall of Fame?
Well, we actually have two parts to our criteria as to who we can induct. So they have to have at least 10 years of national popularity in the industry. And then, of course, they have to be from North Carolina. So that means they're either born in the state or have spent a significant amount of time in the state.
And what's a significant amount of time? At least 3, 4, 5 years?
Well, it could be a length of time. It could be that they studied music here. They actually got their start in the state, just like John Tesh did. So it depends on the significance, and our board, goes by that to see if they qualify or not.
Yeah. A board member of yours, Ken Knox.
Yeah.
He just loves this ceremony because it gives the public an opportunity to come close to some of the folks that they've loved and
Absolutely.
the music that they've loved.
Yeah. And at our induction ceremonies, the guests get to, get autographs, pictures. They actually get to meet a lot of the inductees, so it is very cool.
Okay, and speaking of the inductees, those folks that are going into the 2018 class, first we're going to start off with Calvin Richardson. I'm a fan of his, R&B singer. I didn't even know he was from Monroe.
Yeah, he's from Monroe, and he's not living in the state right now, but he always talks about this is his home.
All right, and Mr. John Tesh.
Yeah, now with John, he was actually born in Garden City, New York, but then got his start in broadcasting and radio in the Raleigh area, and that's very significant to his history. He got started at WKIX and also with Rick Dees and Bill Leslie at WRAL, so very significant connection.
And a lot of folks in the who love gospel music, they all know who Luther Barnes is.
Yeah.
All right, and he's being inducted because of just his talent or just what he also contributes to the industry?
Absolutely, yeah. All of the inductees, they've made major contributions to American music, and Luther has grown up in gospel music. His father, F.C. Barnes, was actually our 2015 inductee. So this is really neat for us. It's our first father-son induction.
Wow.
So that's very special.
Blind Boy Fuller. Blues?
Yeah, he's a Piedmont blues guitarist from Wadesboro, but his career mainly took place in Durham, and that's kind of where he left his legacy, was in Durham.
Wow, and the Hoppers.
Yes.
I'm very familiar with the Hoppers gospel group.
Yeah,
all right, they've been around for over, what, 50, 60 years?
Many, many years. It's actually a little over 60 years now.
My gosh.
And they're from Madison, North Carolina.
Yeah, so it's still time for you to get tickets. Morning Breakers, how can they get tickets?
You can come to our museum and purchase a ticket, or you can go online on our website, northcarolinamusichollofame.org, and purchase them there. We have two types of tickets. You can become a VIP guest, or you could just be our general admission guest. Of course, if you're a VIP, you definitely get the up-close experience. You get to meet a lot of the inductees, walk the red carpet with them, and you get our good seating up front in the auditorium.
And the way that the auditorium is set up, and this in Kannapolis, the way that the auditorium is set up is every seat is a good seat.
Yeah,
definitely. And it's an intimate seat. And I shared the story with you, and I'll share it really quickly. Last year was my first time going to the induction ceremony, and I'm a huge Jodeci fan, and I go outside to make a phone call, and there's KC. And I went up to him, and I'm like, I love you. And he was like, well, I love you too, And we got to talking, but I went and got my son, and he gave my son, who was also a musician, some of the most incredible advice that you could give someone. And he talked about some of the mistakes he made, what he wished he could have done better, and what he did. And he told my son, if you do this, you will win. And you have those opportunities there to come close to some of the stars in the industry.
Exactly, yeah. And you just never know who's going to pop in and show up at one of the inductions.
All right, so I'm going to be out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's inducted. All right. So, hey, make sure that you still can get your tickets. And we got more Morning Break right around the corner. Stay with us.